What's the difference between goals and funds inside of EveryDollar? I'm going to be breaking that down for you today. What's going on, everybody? Craig here, and I'm a financial coach who loves helping people break the paycheck to paycheck cycle so they can finally find some peace of mind when it comes to their money. Inside of EveryDollar, there's been a feature for a long time called funds, and this is where you can save up over time for something that maybe you're putting a little bit of money aside every month to save for a larger ticket item. Recently, they added a brand new feature called goals, and there's been a lot of questions about what's the difference. When should I use funds or when should I use goals? And how are they really all that different? Well, today I'm going to do a deep dive into these and explain the difference between the two and when you should use them. So let's jump into my computer here and we're looking at my budget. So when you log in, number one, this is a premium feature. So if you are on the free EveryDollar account, you will not have access to this goals feature. But if you are an EveryDollar premium user, or if you have Ramsey Plus, you will have access to goals, and you'll see it right here on the left side just under budget. So I'm going to click on that and you'll see I don't have a goal set yet. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click add goal. We're going to save for something. So whatever it is we're saving for, a large purchase, whatever that is, let's go ahead and punch that in. So maybe you're saving for a new car. The goal amount, what is that, the cost of that new car? Maybe let's just do 20,000. I don't know, I'm just picking stuff out of the air. When would you like to have that money? And so what are you trying to finish this by? Maybe by the end of next year. And this is one thing I love about the goals. It's going to tell you exactly how much you need to be setting aside every single month in order to hit that target. So you could play around with maybe if you're thinking, well, what if I wanted to have a budget of 30,000 for a car? Well, in order to hit that goal, you would need to set aside $1,700 a month. Playing around with those is going to be incredibly helpful and give you some balance. Now, just know this is an average. And so a lot of times when I'm working with a client and their budget and we're setting a goal, in fact, I was helping a client this morning set up goals inside of their budget, and the amount that they were supposed to be setting aside per month to hit their target date was pretty high, but we knew that this person was going to be having some money come in from bonuses and different things. So it's an average. So as we're projecting ahead, we're going, okay, I think you can hit it by this date. You may not be able to put $1,100 a month into the fund every month or into the account. But if you know you have extra paychecks or you know that you have a bonus coming up or something, we know that that's going to average out. So this is just giving you an idea of how much on average do you need to be putting in there. All right, we're going to hit add goal. All right, as we switch back to the budget, you're going to see right here on this mock budget that I've created that we have a goal set for this new car. Now, as you plan to put money in there, let's just say you're going to put $1,200 in here for the month of August. You're going to see it's going to add up there on that total. When we start planning for September, if we come down here, it's going to do the same thing that funds do, and it's going to carry over the planned amount, the same amount, and you're going to see that the balance is going to carry over. Now, one thing that I love about it is it's got this on track marker down there. And so what it's going to be telling you is whether you're on track to hit that goal. So it's going to let you know, just FYI, here's what you need to be planning. You didn't plan basically enough to hit your goal. If we were to exceed that amount, what it doesn't do is it doesn't update your timeline, which I would love to see, and maybe they'll add that in. As we look at this, if I put in 4,000 here, if I come back to goals, it's just going to tell me that I have 16 months left to go. It doesn't say, I put in 4,000, so potentially I'm going to get there sooner at this rate. What it does do is it has this little spin wheel that's going to slowly fill up and show your progress. So the question remains, how is this different than funds? Well, truthfully, it's not all that different other than that added feature of tracking how you're doing, how your progress is, and that on track or saving more than what it's showing. They both kind of work the same way. One thing to notice is when you type something into planned, it's going to show that you've put it in there. So you don't need to add a transaction in here. If I were to try and put one in here right now and say $4,000, it's going to do the same thing that funds do, and it's going to duplicate it, and it's going to say that you have $8,000. EveryDollar is a cash management system. So it's basically saying that you planning to put this in that account means that you're moving it over there. So you're not spending it. It's not being spent. It's not being used. It's just being moved from one account to another to sit there. Now, as a matter of when you should use funds and when you should use goals, personally, I would say if it's something you're really working toward, like a new car or your emergency fund or something big that you're trying to save to, then I would do it as a goal. Now, sinking funds like paying your quarterly pest control bill, I probably wouldn't put that as a goal. I would probably leave that as a fund. There really is not a right or wrong in this sense. It's what it resonates with you the most. If you don't even want to deal with these goals, don't even want to touch them, then ignore them. If you want to convert all your funds into goals, by all means do so. Truth is, you want this to just work for you, and this is just more options to customize the budget in a way that makes the most sense to you. What are your thoughts on these goals versus funds? How are you utilizing them? Guys, I know these can be incredibly confusing sometimes, especially with the budgeting, and I've too often see funds pulling people away from their budget and preventing them from forward progress. We have coaches who are equipped and trained in helping people not only put their budget together, but make sure that it's something that sticks. If you are trying to make this work, if you've tried budgeting in the past and it just never stuck, let's change that. In the description below is a link to meet completely free with one of our personal finance coaches. They will walk you through the process of setting up a budget, how to track it, and how to make sure that it works for you so that you can get your goals done faster. Your goal of paying off debt, your goal of buying that new car. Our coaches will help you do that faster than what you thought possible. Click that link, book that free call. You won't regret it. Guys, I will see you in the next video. Be sure to like and subscribe, and have a good one.